In any toxic relationship that you go through, you may come to a point where you think to yourself, that's it, I'm done. And then you can finally begin to gray rock, as in not react at all to the narcissist manipulation and emotions. Today on queenbeing.com, we're going to talk about the narcissistic whirl, which is a term I've developed for the extreme flippability of a narcissist's so-called emotions, how they behave when you finally have had enough and they realize that their manipulation is no longer working. So let's get started. My name's Angie Atkinson. On this channel, I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button and let's get going. So let me just define what I mean by the narcissistic whirl. It's when a narcissist goes up and down, hot and cold, and sometimes it's almost like they're tagging in their nicer twin or their more emotional self. It's kind of interesting the way it works. So let me just give you a little example of what I'm talking about. This is kind of how it goes. Take a look.
God, you're so lame. You don't deserve me. No wonder nobody likes you. All my friends always say you're such a bad person. You really suck. It's interesting that you say that. But I love you. Please take me back.
Sorry, I'm not really into abusive assholes.
Oh man, who could blame you? I'm the worst ever. Poor me, poor me. No wonder nobody loves me. Oh ho ho. Please take me back. I'm sorry. I'll do better. Oh no, I can't live without you.
Oh, brother.
Oh, I just realized I've been so wrong all along. I'm just so in love with you. Please, please, can you please just marry me one more time? Marry me. I'm so in love. God, you're so lame. You don't deserve me. No wonder nobody likes you.
That little clip you saw a very circular conversation, a very one-sided conversation. See, when you stop responding to the narcissist manipulation, the narcissist is left with nothing but to try more types of manipulation. You see that? The emotional ups and downs, hot and cold, all the things, the extremes. So what are the signs that you're actually experiencing this whole narcissistic whirl? Well, let's talk about it. Number one, you get lots of, it's all your fault. And lots of, oh, poor me. Number two, when you don't react to them, when you say nothing or you say very little, you might be surprised at how easily the narcissist switches, turns on a dime. They can literally have an entire fight with themselves. If you think about it, it's kind of sad. It's like their inner turmoil kind of comes out. That's literally the way their heads work on the inside every day. They're really struggling to be something, and that something is the mask, the false self that they present to yourself and the world. That is, rather than actually being the sort of evil person that is just under the surface all the time. And if you're taking away their primary source of supply, well, watch out, my friend. So be sure not to give them your tears, not to give them your anger, not to give them your sadness, and just watch what happens. The narcissist will most definitely react to your non-reaction. Of course, this brings me to number three, which is the whole Crimea River factor. Narcissists, they'll shed tears, and sometimes they'll be real tears, depending on how in touch with that they are. You'll start to wonder, where have those tears been hiding all along? I mean, is it just that do they poke themselves in the eye to get the tear to come out? And the sad thing is the narcissist probably isn't even really sure where this is coming from. All they know is they're not getting what they want. And on the flip side of that, they're also thinking nobody can resist someone who's crying. Tears make people react. In the past, if they ever cried in front of you, you probably reacted swiftly because as an empath, what else are you going to do? So they're just like, hey, see, I really feel things. Don't you see that I really feel things? Well, it's a manipulation tactic. This brings me to number four. Then they apologize. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. They say all the things you thought you wanted to hear all along. Suddenly, they know what you want. And here's the worst part of that, the truth. They've always known what you want. They just never bothered to tell you until they thought they were about to lose you. In fact, they kind of held these things back in order to use them at the worst possible time, which is when you finally gathered up the strength to stop being manipulated by them. They want you to cave. They want you to fall for it. They'll say, I'm sorry, I messed up. I'm so wrong. I'm the worst person ever. But without you, I'll be even worse because you make me better. And basically spit up a bunch of other words that you thought they didn't even have in their vocabulary, but it turns out they did. and they use them to manipulate you. But what if that doesn't work? And what if you hold out and you don't respond and you stay gray rock like a mother trucker? Well, guess what? They're mad. They're like, what? I poured my whole heart out to you and you couldn't even respond? You don't feel sorry for me? How dare you? You're so lame. They start the whole cycle again. You see what I'm talking about? And then they might even do the whole kind of thing. My point is, what you have just experienced when you have experienced that little whirl of emotions in response to your ability to gray rock a narcissist or not come back when they want you back is the narcissistic whirl. So how do you feel about that? Narcissists are manipulators, master manipulators. As they begin to lose their manipulative edge with you, as they stop seeing the love in your face and they start to see this disgust and this anger and this frustration that we all get when we go through this, they are just grabbing for whatever they can grab for. Shreds. They'll take it. They don't care. They just will take anything. It's about attention. It's about control. You, my friend, can be liberated here. This can be your moment of liberation. Look at it, see it for what it is, and step away. Don't let it suck you back in. Part of you may feel a little something, something, especially when they're like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it, take me back. But the other part of you, the logical part of you, has to stand up for you and say, no, I've tried enough. It's been enough. I will not tolerate this anymore. Because narcissists, they don't change. Bottom line, you gotta stay strong against this manipulation. There are two important things you need to hear today about this. Number one, it isn't genuine. It's not real. It's not really how they are. And number two, it will happen again if you allow it to keep going. So do what you need to do to wrap it up. The truth is, narcissists, can they change? Yeah, they can change. Have I ever seen it happen? No. I've never seen it happen. Could it happen? I believe that it could happen. But it would require a narcissist to come way outside of their ability to be a narcissist. They would have to have a moment of clarity and be willing to dig deep, go to therapy, work through the core wound, and not try to play the therapist in the process. It's highly unlikely. This brings me to the question of the day. And the question of the day is, have you experienced the narcissistic whirl before, and how did it feel to you? Tell me about your experiences. Tell me your thoughts. Share your ideas in the comments section below, and let's talk about it. Who knows? You might help another survivor feel not so alone today. Now, I'm going to share with you some links in the cards above and in the description below to help you better deal with narcissists and their manipulation. All right, that's all I've got for you right now. As always, thank you so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life. And hey, thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me. I'll see you soon.
It's my mission to teach others what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. Take care of your body. Take care of your soul. Nurture the real you and introduce him or her to the world. Be comfortable in your own skin and in your place in this world. Take your spot. Take it now. And the universe will take its cue from you. You feel me? If so, subscribe to my channel. Let's get it done together.